Welcome back, folks, to Age of Lemuria. It has been an interesting day today. We have a new player with us. Christy. Wave and say hi to YouTube. And of course, we have the brilliant Uno, who seems to... I can't get rid of him. He just keeps coming back. So this would be, I believe, episode 8?
Damn.
9? Yeah, we're getting up there. We're getting up there. Stuff is happening. Like I said, sorry for the late things, but work's been difficult. Hopefully we'll be moving this to Sundays. We're still working that out, and hopefully the schedule will be much more consistent. Well, enough details on that crap. Let's go to our players. That's why we're here. Let's go. And welcome to Age of Lemuria. So, Christy, why don't you start with us?
I'm just a small YouTuber on my channel. Really get any views and everything, and I just usually just use it just watching for fun. I even do some edit videos and stuff.
Do you want to say what your channel is, or no?
It should be under my username, OkoIcha90.
Awesome. Awesome. What about you, Uno? Tell me about you. Nobody knows nothing about you.
I don't do YouTube, but I'm a artist, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah, he's
Same here.
Okay, well, I am on Twitter as @_Anodus. If I do art sometimes. To be fair, I haven't done art in about a month because I've been trying to do all these assignments that have been coming up.
Everybody's busy, man. Everybody's busy.
I understand. There's always a deadline you have to make. Trust me, I've been through college, especially since I got my associates in art. So I know all about deadlines and trying to get everything done as quick as possible. And also trying to make sure it does not screw up.
That in of itself is a challenge. That in of itself.
Is that you?
So previously,
yeah, sorry.
Age of Lemuria.
My dog. She's opening the door.
Hi, puppy.
Here, Daisy.
Previously, Uno, you going to help me out on this? What were we doing last time?
I believe it was getting back from rescuing the workhorse from some thieves.
Correct. Little Joe had just been rescued. We had a new character come in, and we still have yet to make your token. I have a token. So what was going on was we have some revelations. There was a note found. They were talking last time about going to the big city and cashing in all their sweet, sweet cash. Let's see here. What else was going on? You had a mercenary show up with you. It was rough and rough. Almost got into a fight with good old, Billy the Bullywug. And just see here, what else? We also have a bandit who is currently captured, hogtied, missing a hand during interrogation. And we have Farmer Ed, of course. Farmer Ed. He's a rough and tumble kind of guy. He's kind of your employer currently, but you guys were talking about going elsewhere. So the scene opens up to this farmstead. Everything seems peaceful. We see little Joe, the draft horse, eaten in the field. Right here. And we see over here, we see a close-up of a tree. It's almost mid-spring, and it's still snowing around this tree. Up above here, we have this beautiful screenshot flying over these fields of freshly planted crops, freshly tilled soil. And then over here, we see these big old holes of where these mites used to be, man-sized mites. And you see like bugs eating them. So you see the big bugs getting eaten by the little bugs, and
circle of life.
We need a token for your character. Surely we have a dragonborn.
You got the image I gave you?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I do.
Why don't you describe yourself?
Well, mine is a dragonborn. You know, green in color. She's a sorceress. Basically, you know, just no basic spells. Knows a little trollish, or knows a little giant, so. But not to the, like, she can read the giant language, but not the giant language, like, not speak it correctly, because it's so hard to understand. Like, it sounds like if they want food, peace, west.
All right. So your character is approaching this farmstead. Everything looks pretty peaceful. Inside, you hear Farmer Ed and this gruff voice speaking, clearly a farmer. He's like, "Oh, finger waggler, what are you up to today?"
I'm just passing through. I'm just a weary hermit just passing through.
Oh, another hermit. Stranger coming through. Oh, where you on to? Whereabouts you heading?
To the nearest town to stock up on supplies.
You're heading to the Kingdom of Alkaline, the city, the capital.
It's a bit of a distance, but...
By the way, what form is your character in right now?
Probably a little exhausted from the heat.
He, like, scratches his, like, chin and he coughs. Well, I could use some supplies if you're heading into town.
Okay.
I've got a servant that has to keep an eye on this prisoner here. He gestures to this poor, innocent young boy. He's like crying still. He's got bloody stuff.
Hey, he's not innocent.
I'm just saying what she's coming upon. This is what she's coming upon.
Be like, why do you have this young boy as a prisoner?
A common horse thief. He was running around with a bad gang, and some of my farm hands took it a little far, but not far.
Did you ever contact his parents to tell him where he is, or if he has any family?
He like looks at the the boy who's like still crying, and he like kicks him in the shin. He's like, "Who's your family, horse thief?" He's like, "Don't hit me! Don't hit me!"
You don't have to be that rough with him.
Oh, he's lucky I don't hang him on that tree over there.
That's a little harsh, even from where I come from.
Oh, where do you come from?
Out towards the east. Far east.
The Silver Mountains.
Past the Silver Mountains.
The
Near the arid, near a desert. It's like between desert and
Mountains of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's north of here.
He walks around without stumbling.
How does
Probably because he
do
can
that?
feel the earth.
Maybe. So, where did you want me to move?
Yes. I am currently making a file for, there we go. What would you like your outline of your file to be?
Like, color-wise, or?
Yes.
Otherwise, yeah. So, like, my one is
would you like
brown.
Brown, gold, green. What would your outline like to be?
Green sounds good to me.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and do that. Border tint will be green. Dark green, light green, shiny green, what type of green?
Shiny green.
Shiny, okay. Alright, so, and then save, download. Save as paint. Perfect. Then we'll upload that. Like so. Oop, that's your character sheet. Upload tokens. Just be patient with us, folks. There we are. Choose file. Right there. Perfect. Oop. That's supposed to be character sheet. Mudkip. There we go.
Okay. So should we talk while you're doing that?
Yes.
So,
you two approach each other.
hello?
Hello there. Why do you have a blindfold over your eyes?
It's a long story. I'm blind.
Oh, I am so sorry for that.
Oh no, it wasn't an accident or anything. I had them basically surgically removed as part of a induction into enhancing my other senses, so to
Ooh.
speak.
That must have been painful for a couple of weeks afterwards.
Well, my
Farmer
my
Ed just
teacher
like scratches his head like, ugh, finger wagglers.
my teacher was very good with herbs.
Oh, well, I'm good with herbs too. I'm just getting the basics down on it.
Oh, you a farmer?
Yes, I am. I do farm from time to time, but with all this traveling and everything, I haven't farmed in the last couple of years. But I am good at knowing which herbs and stuff to use and which is edible and which is poisonous.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
My name is Adron, and this is my owl, Redley.
Oh, what a very fascinating creature. Don't get many owls where I come from. Although,
Well, Redley is really my eyes and ears, so to speak.
kind of like a seeing eye animal I've heard about. Although, wouldn't it be 4 legs instead of just a couple of wings and a couple of talons?
Pardon?
I'm thinking of a dog, as they're calling it.
I see. I have heard that people have trained dogs as to be used as guides, but no. Redley is literally my eyes and ears.
Oh, are you able to communicate with him?
Yes.
I see. So, do you understand what he's saying, or you just guesstimate what he says?
Farmer Ed kind of like pulls you off, like steps behind Audrin and does like this.
We have a connection, so to speak.
Wow, like a mental connection. I see.
Yep, he sure is special, says Farmer Ed.
Isn't anybody special?
Not like this one.
Oh, I know what you mean by that.
So, out comes Billy, the bullywug. It's a small frog-like figure. It's about 4 foot high, and he's got like a shield on his back, and he wobbles, kind of hops. He says, Mr. Ed, Ed, should I set another plate on the table? Who is this? Farmer Ed like looks at Billy and like pats him on his head. He's like, yeah, well, it seems we have another guest here. Go ahead and set up another plate. So Billy starts making lunch. Starts fixing him some ham and eggs and some wheat bread. Farmer said, well, you talked about going into town, right, Adrian? I can't hear you.
Oh, heard something.
There he goes. Nope.
Hello.
There we go. Welcome back.
there we go.
Welcome back.
Okay, you can hear me, but I can't hear you now. That's a bit weird.
Oh no.
I'm
More
gonna refresh.
technical errors.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Too bad we don't have subtitles.
We'll be right back. So like Audrey kind of tunes out and Farmer Ed looks over at you, Mudkip, and he's like yeah, he kind of zones out from time to time.
Could just be the frequency.
Hello.
Yeah.
I've returned.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Hooray!
Farmer Ed looks back. He's like, "Oh well, welcome back, Dream
No.
Boy."
Oh God.
Well, I thought we lost. Uh-oh.
You might have lost me.
No, I
Hello?
see you.
No, we can see you and we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know either. Today's been really weird. I've had problems with Skype and Discord, and now with Roll20.
It could just be depending on the weather. If it's partly cloudy, sometimes the reception goes in and out.
It might also just be my headphones.
That is true.
Could be.
So, going into town, yes.
Yes, I've got a bit of a mission for you guys. Need you guys to go pick me up, drop off some honey ale. We'll hook up Little Joe outside, and you can take the wagon into town. Make sure you do your chores. And he like looks over to you. He's like, "You interested in this?"
Ooh, sounds like a grand adventure to me.
He like looks you up and down. He's like, "It's not all that grand, lassie. It's just asking you to go into town and drop off some product. Like a simple, easy mission. I'll pay you for your troubles, naturally, but, you know, I want my horse and cart back. You good with that?"
We're good with that. Besides, I don't need a horse and buggy very much when I can just walk around a bit.
He glances over at Billy. He's like, "Billy, you want to go in town?" And Billy's like, "Nah, nah."
They don't like me there.
So yeah, you guys both get the sense that Billy is kind of like on edge when Farmer Ed asks him to go into town. The Kingdom of Alkaline is very, very pro-human and anti-everything else. However, it is the main trading hub of the world. It is a mass population of over 1 million people. And mind you, this is during the medieval times. So like
That's pretty big. That's as big as Hong Kong.
it's huge. But this is the human world, right? The human realm. So Billy's clearly not wanting to go. He seems nervous.
So there's a few more reasons we might want to go to town, isn't there? I think.
Farmer says, like, you can take that poor horse thief into town and get rid of him. He's just eating my food now. He's doing nothing.
Well, wouldn't it be better if we could just find his folks? That way, you know, we can tell him what's been going on and maybe set him on the straight and narrow path.
I don't care what you do with him. Just make sure that he doesn't come back. He's like, looks over at the band and he says, "Boy, you ever come back here, I'll hang you." And he coughs.
Okay.
I definitely take his word for it.
Yeah,
I can
you
tell.
get the sense that this rough and tumble kind of guy is all about hanging this guy. But he's going to use
just a little boy.
Going to use you guys to take him in for proper justice, or whatever you guys want to do with him.
Okay. So, sorry, I didn't catch your name, young sorcerer. Not sorcerer, young dragon.
Oh,
person.
my name's Mudskipper.
All right, nice to meet you, Mudskipper. We were thinking we could hand over this horse thief to the authorities, because there's obviously not a local police force here.
That would sound good, although we gotta make sure that the local authorities see if he has any family or not. I mean, if he doesn't have a family, then I guess we're gonna have to give him to the police.
He hasn't been forthcoming with any information about his family, so I don't know.
Oh, is he an orphan?
It's possible. Or it's possible that his family was the thieving crew, which is now no more.
Ooh, he's all alone. Well, I heard that this town has a sanctuary for children like him.
So he's about 18 years old, 18, 19 years old. He's not a young guy. Like, he should know the right and wrong between them. He's just a young
18?
guy.
For his size, I thought he was only 15.
Okay. Well,
yeah, he does look half-starved. So.
He has lost an arm, so I feel like if we just let him go, he will become a beggar, basically. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh, dear. Well, I guess the only thing we can do is just to take him to the authorities. Maybe they can even try and put him in a in a training program.
Go ahead and roll me knowledge religion, Christine.
They're like, nope, we just execute everyone.
Oh dear.
So do you have your character sheet in front of you?
Let me see. I think so, yeah.
So the cool thing about Roll20 is you can see how much your plus is, and you can just press it and it will roll the dice automatically.
Okay. Hey, I'm not used to this, so...
It's cool. It just takes a little getting used to, and then once you get the hang of it, you know.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this sort of format and everything.
It's just \R and then 1d20 plus. What is your religion? You should have it. It is +3, I believe.
+3? What?
+2.
I thought it was -1 because of minus.
It's int.
Oh my gosh, it is int.
Yeah.
How did I not know? Int OP.
So just
So do I just roll the dice?
1d20. Yep.
Okay. Let me just set. Found it. Okay, let me get dice 100 here.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what they do. You think that they will take this person in? Yeah.
I did it on 20. Sorry.
So yeah, +2 would make it a 9. Generally speaking, you want a 10 and or above.
Oh.
So in this case, your character believes that she is right, but out of character, I'm going to tell you that she is mistaken. But I won't go any further. Okay?
Gotcha.
Right. So she's very hopeful on what's going to happen. Like, yeah, they'll take him in and everything else. Adrian, do you want to assist her on this?
Sure.
Religion roll.
So assisting means I give you advantage.
Yep.
So you roll another d20 and then you take the best one.
Okay. Let me get it.
So how are you helping her? You're like, hey, you know, she seems pretty.
You know, I mean, I know there's this and this edict and like this. They do this thing now and all the protocols. And...
So Adrian recalls, like, it's not exactly. And you're like, you know what? You're right. And you come to the conclusion that if this guy is handed over, he's not going to be hanged. He's most likely going to be crucified.
Oh dear.
I didn't realize that.
Yep. So during this time, during the Middle Ages and Dark Ages, horse thieves were very frowned upon. And this accusatory, especially from a person of the court or from the Inquisition themselves, you steal from the Inquisition, you're going to pay. So, that's
you know what? Maybe letting him go isn't such a bad idea.
I think so too.
So Farmer Ed was willing to give him just a quick hanging and handing him over to the authorities. You are fairly confident that he will be crucified.
Okay. I think we're going to just have to let him go. It's the only option.
I mean, we can sort of take him into town so at least he can hopefully find his family or something.
Are you
find his family
discussing
early?
this in front of Farmer Ed?
Yes.
So Farmer Ed's kind of like a little bit miffed at you. He's like, as long as he's out of my farm, and he like looks at his like arm. It's like scabbed over and everything else. He's like, as long as that boy doesn't hold a knife to any more innocent throats, I don't care.
I doubt he'll be holding much ever again.
Probably.
Okay.
All right. Well, no time to waste. Let's eat some lunch.
So lunch is served. Billy the Bullywug, he's like very happy that you guys are here, and he sets the table, and you guys have another draft of honey ale. So write that down in your inventory. This provides you 1d8 of health, but there's a chance of you becoming intoxicated. And the DC is 10. So you might feel good, but you might get a little buzz.
Yep, and that will inhibit the abilities.
It's not terrible, especially for spellcasters.
Got it.
Free health potions. I'll take them.
Okay.
So everything's served. He says, well, thank you, Billy, as Billy's doing the dishes and everything else. Do you guys want to discuss anything before Billy sets up the cart and you guys head into town?
I guess,
Any
like...
questions, concerns?
Why
Just-
was this young man trying to steal a horse?
Okay, so... It's a long story. Are you sure you really want to hear it? Okay, so there
So
was
Farmer
this...
Ed gives you like a simple thing. He's like, oh, he's just a criminal, just a scum of the earth. Can't make any living doing anything else but stealing from folks. That's his point of view.
In this local area, there's sort of like this rogue band who sort of demand tax from people, and if they don't pay tax, they'll steal your horse.
I'd say they're just basically local mafia gangsters trying to squeeze out every little penny that honest people are trying.
So when we chased after them, it seemed like they might be a little bit more than that, but you know, it might not be anything. It might have just been a coincidence.
Just a fluke.
Yeah.
Adrian, as you go through your items, you find like as you're packing up to leave, you notice like a note fall out. You quickly read it again, and then stick it back into your bag.
Which note?
A sealed elven parchment.
Can I open the note?
Of course you can.
I open the note and hold it up to my owl.
Your owl naturally reads it, and you can read it.
Very impressive
If
indeed.
you wish to share, you may.
Is this the mysterious note written in Elvish?
No, not the mysterious note. It's the seal.
Is this in the handouts?
It should be in handouts.
I've got one mysterious note written in Elvish, and an old inscription thing from a grave. I have not got a sealed letter.
Okay. You should be able to access it. Written in Elvish. Let's see here. Show players. We'll do that. And it also has your items as well. I'm sure you've got this.
So is it the one that's the Magi have a special mission tasked for the Rangers of Sedna?
Yes.
Right, okay. That is the mysterious note written in Elvish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. I have read it, yes.
Okay. Would you like to share it with your companion?
I assume as we're going along the road and it's like an hour's sort of journey, I will sort of fill her in on the details and show her the letter.
All right. Tell her what's going on.
Okay, so
as I set up the next meeting.
The Magi have a special mission tasked for the Rangers.
Ooh.
The Inquisition is moving. Recruit the human rabble and begin sowing the seeds of discord within the kingdom. Find the one known as Edward Williams and take him into custody. Hopefully he will know what the Inquisition is up to. Persuade him into talking and deal with any loose ends. So...
Persuade, that doesn't sound good.
Here's what I think. I think Farmer Ed is this Edward Williams. He is a retired inquisitor who's decided to live a life of isolation in the farm. and this organization knows this, and they tried to kidnap him. Fortunately, we were here and we were able to defend him. But clearly, there's a much bigger plot at work here, based on, I assume, various factions. So we know the Inquisition is probably going to do a thing of something, maybe. I'm curious who the Magi are, and
that sounds like a roll me a knowledge, Arcana.
Ooh, okay. I'll take that. I will go to Adjon. I'm assuming you mean history?
Well, you'll get different results depending on what you roll. What is it that you roll?
I will go for history.
Okay, yeah. You've heard of the Magi before. The Magi are the leaders of the elven cities. So, compared to the humans who frown upon magic, the elves excel in it and bathe in it. And the more magical you are, the higher status you are. Much like a wizard's tower, which you've heard of. These massive structures of white pillars that are always the hub of these elvish cities. And what you've heard of is actually very accurate. Surprisingly, Magi are systematically organized into groups. So there's the Grand Magus of every city, then there's the Magi who serve under him. So this Magi, or Magus, has some sort of invested interest in regards to this. The Inquisition despises the Magus because they practice magic.
Magic.
And magic is evil.
Not all magic is evil. I mean, magic's around us. It's how you use it is what's best.
It's all evil. According to the Inquisition, it's all evil. Unless it's from the Holy Master.
What this letter implies is that there is going to be... We are building up to a war between elves and humans.
That's not good.
Well, you know, humans... It's part of the way of life, I think.
So yes, you've heard of the Inquisition's crusades. What they do is they go around purging.
Purge all the magic. It is a shame that the Magi will have to defend themselves from the Inquisition, I suppose.
All right. You head towards the Kingdom of Alkaline. And in the distance, you see a fortress, a massive structure built of iron. It is currently rusting. And
that doesn't look natural to me.
Oh, it's not. It is very much not. This thing is a massive superstructure, towering like a mountain in the Golden Plains. Let's see here. It's only been like a couple of hours, but you can see it once you've cleared the small... it's always been an icon of this area. No matter where you are. Yep. You can see it, and of course it's getting closer. As you approach, you notice there seems to be a small fort, recently built and constructed in the road. What, if anything, do you do?
We might have to check for weaknesses around the fort. Or maybe
the flags are clearly shown above it of who occupies it. It is the Inquisition.
Is the fort blocking the road? Like, is it a road check?
It is a road check. Yes, you are correct.
Okay.
What are you doing with your bandit? Are you? Is he imprisoned? How are you dealing with this young boy that's with you?
Okay, so Mudskipper, we have to decide now: do we want to let this guy go or not? Because if they see him tied up, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, let's crucify him."
I think we better let him go at this point, because if they see this rope hanging around his waist, they'll think, "Oh, hey, he's ready to be inquisitioned," and I do not want that on my bare conscience.
Okay. I will
and
go
it will make it easier to go through. if we don't
Okay.
have a dead hostage.
I'll go over and untie the man.
He's holding his hand. He's like, oh, "You're just going to let me go?"
Yeah, unless you want to come with us to this.
Unless you want to come with us, but you need to stay within our line of sight, so that way we keep an eye on you, so we can get you back to the town.
Look, I'm genuinely sorry about what happened to you.
He like frowns at this. He's like, "You were there. You could have done something."
What did you prevent him from doing?
So there was a guy who had a very aggressive interrogation technique, I guess you'd say, who used to work for the farm. He's sort of moved on now, but
Yeah, you might see him in town. Who knows?
we might see him down.
He went to town for that reason.
Right, so I'm sorry, he did sort of catch me by surprise. I didn't think he was going to go through with it.
I mean, and I believe you did cast a spell to help him.
I think what I did was I used my ability to make sure he stayed restrained.
Yes.
Oh dear, a little bit forced.
That was before I realized he was going to cut off his hand.
Oh, ooh, no wonder this little boy is always very, how should I say, disagreeable with you.
So,
That's an understatement, by the way. That's a serious understatement.
Mudskipper,
Yes.
if these inquisitors see you, I'm assuming you're not a dragon. You're not looking like a human right now. You might want to hang back or just wear a hood.
Oh, wait a minute. I do have this pendant here. Thing is, though, I won't be able to use much of my sorcery because it doesn't last long. This pendant won't last long in the disguise.
Okay.
It kind of restricts me of my sorcery powers, but I'm able to go through without being noticed.
Okay. What is it, like a hood?
It's this little pendant I have right here on the string.
Okay, and that will stop them from seeing you because it's like really shiny, or
No. I just tap on it and boop, I'm a human.
Oh wait.
So this
wow.
is the first time that the audience has ever seen this. Describe your magic and show us by implementing or saying what does your character do to go from Dragonborn to human?
Oh, simple. I learned I was actually an apprentice to a wizard who helped me learn a few spells. Just so that way I can get around town and everything.
Do you want to describe what the illusion looks like when it goes from Dragonborn to human?
Of course. Well, it does make me a little bit shorter than what my current height is. However, some bit of my characteristics of my Dragonborn ability shows. Like instead of having just dark hair, it would have dark hair, but with green rays in it, and basically I would have these tattoo-like indications to show where my scales were specifically.
Wow,
But the problem is that using this takes up a lot of magic with this illusion, so I can't use any of my fire techniques or anything else. That's kind of an inhibitor.
Wow, that's very impressive. I didn't realize you could use magic.
Well, I guess there's more to me than most people think. That's usually wherever I go.
It's just refreshing to see another magic user.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't see many magic folk where I travel. Either they think, oh, it's just another human, or oh, it's just another dragonborn. Close up all the shops in town. We don't need her.
I see. Yes. Well, it's probably, if we're trying to get through here we probably don't want them to realize that we can use magic because they will try and kill us.
That's the point of the pendant.
All right, so
How else am I supposed to buy stuff in town?
Let's try and get through here without raising too much attention, I'm thinking.
Good idea.
How do you approach?
I'll go forward first, I guess.
Sure.
And I'll be right behind you.
So I'm assuming there's a path that they want us to go by. Can we just make it look like we're nonchalantly...
So this is a palisade, right? And you see these guards on the outside of it. So if you come within 30 feet of it, they will address you. So they seem to be just watching you right now as you're like slowly on this cart and it's following you. You have barrels of honey ale in the cart. And how... I mean, do you try to disguise the bandit at all? Or, I mean, his bloody stomp? What are you doing with the bandit?
Well, we're just gonna...
Bandit, you want to come with us?
So when you offer... I mean, are you asking the bandit?
We can ask the bandit to be a lookout for the ale, because we don't want anybody to steal the ale.
Okay. So...
Make you look non-suspicious.
So the bandit seems pretty compliant. He's like, my name's Jeffrey.
Well, nice to meet you, Jeffrey.
I'm not just a bandit, you know.
Oh. Well, what are you then?
I used to be... I don't know what this was.
What was that?
He's clearly trying to avoid what he used to be. Are you going to press him on this?
A pickpocket, I'm guessing?
No. You can either do a perception in order to hear what he's mumbling, or you can do like a persuasion to be like, hey, speak up. Or intimidation, you're going to tell me what I want to know.
Just a little loudly so we can hear you. Just not within earshot of these guys, but for when we can hear you.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Let me roll the dice.
So, yeah, you prompt him. Oh, no, it's a D20.
100.
100.
So...
Oops, sorry.
So he clams up, right? You do.
Well, he doesn't need to tell us so far, but as long as you just keep quiet, we can get through.
So he nods his head at this. And where would you like him? Would you like him in the back of the cart?
Probably in the back of the cart watching the ale.
Excellent. Okay.
Alright, so we're going to address the guards, I hope?
Yes, you approach the guards. How do you approach them? They're currently at their stations, and they're just like watching you as you approach. What, if anything, do you do?
We wish to come into town to sell this ale.
Oh, where do you hail from?
We hail from we hail towards near the outer mountains.
So we're from the Farmer Ed's farm down the road, just a few hours down.
Oh. What's in the basket? What's in the cart?
It's honey ale, freshly made.
Honey ale.
Honey ale, you say? He waves over to his guy to some of the other soldiers, and they're like, whoa. It's like, what seems to be the problem here?
We wanted to check, is this a blockade? Do you need to search all the carts that come through here?
He says, no, but there's been recent activity of bandits.
Yes, we did come across a few bandits, but we dealt with them.
Do you have paperwork in regards to where you're going to sell? And he says, he hands out his hand for paperwork.
Do I have paperwork?
I don't know, do you?
I look at the guard and I'm like, should I have paperwork? Is this a new system?
So you're thinking, actually, give me an insight.
Okay. Insight.
This is not working.
very insightful.
Yeah,
Great
so the
and
guy is asking for a bribe. Now, you have several options here. You can pay him, or you can give him some honey ale. Think of it as like a tax for doing business.
I think, yeah, we're going. Would you like to try perhaps a sample,
Oh, hell yeah.
just to make sure it's good quality?
Of course. No one, any squill, like offers, he's like, go ahead and open up a keg and leave it here for us.
Okay, so can I give him my own honey ale?
You
Is that
may.
enough for a bribe?
You may.
Okay, I'll give him my honey
I
ale.
can always offer up mine.
What?
I mean, are you both going to give it to him? Like, he's not going to turn it down.
So you might need it later because you are a little squishy.
That is true. I better keep it on hand in case.
So he takes his mug and he drinks it, and let's go ahead and roll. What is it? +2. Oh yeah, he takes it and he just throws it back. He's like, "Oh, that's some good stuff." Yeah, go ahead and move along. Go ahead and move along. You like gestures?
Thank you very much, sir. Pleasure doing business. Have a good day.
As you pass by this post, I want you both to roll me perception.
I will use my owl's perception.
Sure.
So this is with advantage.
Oh, you're going to need that. Nice. You both see that this is multi-layered. Like, this is recent construction. Your all also sees, like, there are multiple guards in here, and these ain't just common guards. These are inquisitors. These aren't your typical soldiers that you see in the field. All right.
We better watch our talons with these guys. They can be very persistent.
Yes.
What, if anything, do you guys do? Are you just going to continue on?
This is the sort of fight that we want to avoid, I think.
I think we should just bury ourselves away without eye contact from these guys.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to start a fight with the local police force that might have, magical powers? And
It's up to you guys. What you guys want to do?
Adjon is definitely like, I don't pick fights.
Excellent.
I just end them.
I'd rather try to avoid fights entirely, and definitely with this human shield on my pendant.
Okay, so your disguise, I think, lasts for an hour? Because of
Yes,
how
it only
this
lasts
game-
for an hour, but we need to get through.
Okay, so
Don't have much.
let's get by this gate as quickly as possible then.
Yes.
Sorry, it looks like you built a whole encounter, and we just were like, yep, I don't want to do that.
No, that's actually perfectly fine. I'm okay with that a lot. Because there's a lot of ways to get into trouble.
True, especially with this board, it makes it kind of hard to get through everything, and... Oh, there we go.
All right.
This looks interesting.
As you travel on, you see a roaming band of deer, boars,
Yes.
horses, some ruins, a waterway, a mound. These are all things that you see on as you cross over a small hill. You see several things happening. Which, if any of them, do you wish to go?
Is this here?
Go ahead and ping for me. So yeah, there seems to be a large band of... Oops. There we go. A large band of some sort of humanoids over here. Seems to be roaming.
It looks like they got weapons, so... Is that,
Yeesh.
is that a portal? Up here?
That seems to be water.
Right, water. Okay, that makes
Like
more
a
sense.
small little pond or lake.
As you breach over this hill, you see humans or some sort of humanoid figures in the distance seem to be traveling, seem to be running.
Better keep our guard up for these guys, because these guys these guys look like they don't play with their swords easily.
Over here, you see a herd of deer and wild boar.
I'm not particularly into hunting myself. I've got enough food. But I will cast Mage Armor preemptively.
A wise decision. Go ahead and roll me a survival as you try to make it across the plains towards the city.
Both of us, or yes?
Be survival. You're trying to avoid some stuff.
Roll survival to survive. Okay, so I'm going to use my
Inspiration?
my portent. So at the start of the day, I rolled my portents, and I'm going to substitute a number in.
Okay.
But instead of that 5, I'm going to put in this 12. The 12 plus 3 is 15.
Excellent. So the humanoids are seeming to go further away from you.
So, shall I explain this to Christy?
Yeah, tell the audience what you are doing and how you are avoiding these humanoids.
So, Ageron is called a diviner, and what diviner is they have visions of the future, and using those visions, they can navigate certain events and predict like what's going to happen.
I see. So they're able to predict any future attacks. Like if I were to swing left, they'll swing to the left to defend.
So as in this D&D setting, I can only do it twice a day, and there's some rules into it. But basically, I can substitute any role around me for one of my portent roles.
That must be a real downer, especially when you need it the most and you already spent it.
It is. But I think surviving is probably pretty important.
True, especially if we're going to get into town.
Yes.
I mean, if we have to fight, we can always fight on the way back. But at the same time, we may need to wait a day or two so that way my pendant can... That way I can use it again. Because I can only use it once a day, this pendant, so...
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me a perception as you guys continue your journey onward.
So, Redley has perception. There you go. Boom.
Okay.
21.
The owl just sees everything. Oh,
Alright, do you guys want me to roll?
Yes. This is what
So
both of
it's-
you guys see.
It's a wisdom check, so whatever your wisdom modifier is.
It is currently -1. So it would be a 10.
Yeah, there you go.
Mudskip sees the band of humanoids as they are wandering across the thing, and she pays no mind because they're traveling away. However, the owl notices that the band turns north and appears to be heading towards a smaller group of humanoids. What, if anything, do you guys do?
Should we go and check to see who
Wait,
these other...
Can we see the other humanoids at the moment?
Yes, you rolled above a 20. So, Uno, you're pretty sure that these humanoids aren't orcs, they're not humans. It's definitely gnolls.
Okay.
And
So-
the other ones, you're pretty sure are humans.
So it looks like the gnolls are about to possibly attack the humans, is what I'm gathering.
That's what you can gather from
Okay,
perception.
I will turn to Mudskipper and be like, hey, I think those humans are about to be attacked.
Should we go ahead and try and defend them? I mean, we don't even know if these humans are the cause or basically the victim of it.
So
We go ahead and just keep an eye out, or should I say, just keep our senses up?
So I think these are kobolds, and kobolds they like steal things.
No. Though these are gnolls.
Gnolls, even.
Gnolls, yes.
They're sort of like goblins, I think. I don't know much about gnolls.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a knowledge nature.
That is for my L.
Okay, so you are aware that gnolls are the counter. So each dragon race created. Well, actually, you don't know this. So what, as you understand it, I'm going to give you the basics because you didn't roll amazing. Gnolls are humanoids who are a hunter. Think Native Americans. Some are known to be warlike. Some are known to be raiders. Usually, if they're in human lands, such as the Golden Plains, these are definitely raiders.
All right. So
They're
do
on
we,
the warpath.
Jeffrey? What do you think? What should we do, Jeffrey?
We try and save these people, or should we just try and get to the town? Because I'm getting a little bit worried about these humans over here.
Let's do a little maths. Jeffrey, are you with us?
Like holding his injured hand. He's like, "What?" You notice that he's not like looking out. Like you're just saying, "Hey, Jeffrey," and he's just like holding his hand.
Those people are gonna be attacked. We gotta. What do you think we should do?
He stands up and looks out there. He's like, "So, you going to save everyone in the world?"
Well, no, but we know that these gnolls are going to be a big advantage. I mean, these humans are not going to be no match for these gnolls. I mean, don't forget there are women and children. I mean, do you want that to be on your conscience?
Jeffrey's like, a bunch of softies. You guys clearly haven't been around here very often. Look at you guys trying to be all good and noble. Why don't you tell the Inquisition back there? Maybe they'll go save your humans or whatever.
Listen, Jeffrey, I'm going to give you a weapon because if they come over here, you might not be able to defend yourself very well. Are you okay with that?
It's like, you got a knife or something?
We also need you to protect the horse and buggy and the pale ale.
Okay.
I have one dagger. I also have like a mace, I think, just because of all the random loot.
Jeffrey definitely accepts it.
I've also got a crossbow here, if you'd like to use it.
It's like, I can't. I've got one hand.
Okay. I was thinking, crossbows you could use one-handed, but maybe not.
Is it a light crossbow? Like, he might be able to do it if it's a light crossbow.
It is a light crossbow.
He'll take the light crossbow.
So you just sort of flip back with your teeth. Like this, Jeffrey.
Don't ever do that. Kids at home, do never pull a crossbow bolt with your teeth. Ever. That is horrible advice. Never do that.
Well, there was a guy who used bow and arrow with just his feet and he was able to do it, but that's not going to be the case for him.
Oof. Don't do it.
We can draw them. I can draw them with some magic. Are we ready to do this?
Mm-hmm. I got a few. Maybe I can use an illusion spell to make it seem like that there's more than a couple of humans, or at least make a beast to scare them away.
So currently the gnolls are heading away from you. How are you going to attempt to get them to come over? Mind you, the Inquisition isn't far away either.
I will firebolt with a gnoll.
Oh no, they're a couple miles away from you.
Oh right, sorry, I thought this was just.
They've been moving away from you.
Okay, that changes things a bit. What can I do at long range? On second thought, they're pretty far away. I'm sure they'll work it out.
Okay, so are you guys going to move on?
I don't know. Jeffrey, let's turn this horse around.
Let's just go home. Let's just go home. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this.
We have to at least get the humans a good. We got to make sure that they're not going to be attacking a settlement or if it's just a military camp.
What we could do is try and drive by, I guess.
We could try. We could just.
I don't know how fast this horse will go.
Okay, so it's currently, you realize that this isn't like a war cart or anything like that. Okay. So it's not designed to go fast. It's designed to haul items. So you think maybe going around 5 to 10 miles an hour is pretty good.
Well, if we get closer, I have some ranged things I can do.
Okay. So are you guys chasing after them?
Let's begin the chase.
Okay, let's begin the chase.
What's the worst that could happen?
Go ahead and roll me a survival. You see if you can catch up to them. Because currently you were trying to leave them, right? Trying to outdistance them. Now you're turning back around and now you're chasing them.
Well, the situation changed.
That is true. That is very true.
So it's just some innocent gnolls going around. Oh, it looks like they're about to attack.
And besides, if the gnolls start attacking, then attacking the humans, then the Inquisition will hear from a distance.
Okay. Any magical stuff going to happen this time?
I'm going to hold back on my visions. I've already used one. I got to make it last the whole day.
What happens is, do you have something?
I can always make it look like a neighboring make it look like an army of opposing gnolls are coming. But it's only going to last for 10 minutes, and we need to draw them away from the camp.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Let's see here. I'm trying to think of how you could do that. So this is a survival. What you're trying to do is catch up to the gnolls before they engage in these poor civilians over here. Or you don't know what they are. They're clearly human, but you don't know anything about. Are you going to inspire Edrin in order to make a reroll in order to attempt to catch up to the gnolls? Because currently, as it is, he's failed the roll. You guys aren't going to catch up to him. They're currently outpacing you. You're telling this right now. So are you going to spend your inspiration?
I'll spend my inspiration. Go for it.
Okay.
So inspiration is you get advantage on one check.
This is you taking fate into your own hands. Now tell me, how are you inspired before you roll the dice? How are you changing your fate?
I have like a flashback of when my village got raided by Inquisitors. I'm like, no, never again.
Okay, excellent.
And I pulled down the reins a bit harder.
All right. And a natural 20! It's
like a wolf card.
Yes. So a natural 20 is the best roll that you can possibly get. You easily catch up to them. If you want, you guys can take first shots if you'd like.
Okay.
Because the gnolls are currently going away from you, you are currently engaged. How far away would you like to be?
50 yards?
You rolled a natural 20. You'd like to be 120? Okay. Well, we can end this combat right here as you slaughter them. They have no ranged weapons.
Oh, they all die.
Yep. You tell me how you kill all these gnolls.
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
Yeah.
Well, I was able to block their pathway by striking a firebolt to make a line of fire. Like, stop them, give them to a halt, and then we do a sneak attack.
Excellent. Excellent. It goes down precisely how it does. As you go closer to these corpses, you realize that these gnolls are unarmed.
Oh man, we've just slaughtered a couple of innocent gnolls. Oh.
They were just innocent. No, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Gnolls still have teeth and stuff.
Yeah, they currently have no weapons on them. Are you going to approach the bodies?
Let's approach the bodies and the humanoids, which I assumed were there.
You see here. You'll have to make another roll to catch up to them. But are you going to take time to search the bodies and see what's going on, or are you going to chase after the humans? This all takes time. So what are you guys going to do?
We can always come back to the bodies, is what I'm feeling.
Yes.
So, but we can't catch up to these guys if we let them go away. So,
right.
We should probably
it's up to you.
Catch them if we can. What do you think, Mudskipper? Mudskipper!
I'm right here, sorry. Okay, I think what we're gonna try and do is try and see what this we gotta see why are these humans heading in the direction that they were and why these gnolls were following them.
Understandable. Alright. Onward, Jeffrey.
Go ahead and roll me a survival as you attempt to catch up to these people on horseback.
Is that me again? I'll
Yep.
do it. Survival. Yeesh.
Oof.
Oh.
Do you want to
So
assist?
they're currently outpacing you.
That's weird. Why are they still running?
Well, no, they're currently not right? They're just doing a normal pace. This is you guys trying to catch up to them, but the combat slows you guys way down, and they're just keep on moving, right? So if you look at it from their perspective, they just see like and these guys like all start dying, and they're like, "We're not going to have any part of that." And they're just going to keep moving.
I think we need to turn them back around. I think they're afraid of us. I think we need to turn back to the road. I mean, we don't even know if these guys are armed or not.
Yeah, I think it's trying to pursue them any further is going to be a lost cause.
I agree with that. And besides, I'm tired from that last battle as well. I don't even have enough mana just to get a little spark. So I think we better cut our losses and try and head to town as quick as possible. But I'm probably going to have to stay outside of town because, with the town being prejudiced and everything, and unfortunately, I had to use my ability just to get past the Inquisition.
Yep.
I can give you my cloak if you want, so you can cover your face. That might be an option.
That sounds pretty good.
All right, let's get back on the road.
Okay.
Ominous.
So are you guys going to go back to the bodies, follow the travelers, or go back to the road?
So let's have a look at these bodies, I think.
Sure.
See if they have
As
any
we head
supplies
back.
that we need.
Sounds good to me.
Like name tags that say we're
We were bad guys. You guys come back to the bodies, and a lot of them have burns on them because of the scorch marks.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like these gnolls are half starved, and it seems like they've been running a long time. They don't have a lot of equipment on them. You find stone knives, stone daggers, spears.
those sound like weapons.
Crudely made spears. Like just
Thank
something taken and then.
I think something was
No
following
armor.
these guys because they barely had anything on them.
Yep.
So wait, you said they were unarmed earlier? So are they?
Are you going to check these sticks, these
We
spears?
better go ahead and check the spears.
How
Not
close
coward's
are you guys getting? Because it seems like you guys are like, I'm staying 120 feet. Are you guys actually going up to the bodies and checking
I'm
them?
okay to go up to the bodies if they're all dead.
Yes. They're all dead. You find out that these are old gnolls.
Old gnolls.
And it seems to be like a pilgrimage. They seem to be traveling, and they have walking sticks. And
They weren't spears at all. They were just old people.
Oh, now this is gonna eat at my conscience for a while.
We
I
just wanted to
wanted
help.
adventure, but not like this.
well,
You wanted the good guy, not the bad guy.
I mean, you didn't know, right? They were clearly chasing after other people.
I know, but we should have just avoided this darn fight in the first place. Oh.
I think we've all learned a valuable lesson here, and it is
Yes.
gnolls aren't very good at fighting.
I think you are correct on it.
Oh, Knowles. You guys can roll me knowledge nature.
Okay. So, is this like a custom for gnolls to like send their old people out into human lands, sort of thing? Why is my nature -4? Nature.
Okay. I'm going to tell you a fake thing, right? I'm going to tell you this is not true, but this is what
Okay.
your character believes, right? And what were you rolling for, Christy?
I
A
think
knowledge
I just
nature?
rolled 17.
Okay. So I will tell you the truth. I will tell Andre the filth. So you're pretty confident that gnolls live very short lives, right? That was the curse of their heritage. At a certain age, it's an honor to go and die in combat. So what they do is they go and try to reach their end by fighting their enemies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you did a great justice to them.
Oh, thank goodness.
You sent them to Knoll Heaven because that's what they were searching for. That's what they were looking to go.
So they were basically on a suicide pact, right?
Yes.
They
Yes.
weren't even fighting back. They were just like, yes, kill us all.
Well, I mean, they were definitely coming at you, but you were just... And you dropped them,
Okay, wow.
right? This is also... You guys are familiar with this as a tactic. Whenever gnolls go into combat, they use numbers to overwhelm because they breed pretty rapidly and they have short lives. Adrian, you think you just murdered a whole bunch of innocent gnolls who are just seeking a religious sanctum. They were just walking around, and you just start blowing the hell out of these old gnolls.
I've made a terrible mistake.
Jeffrey takes out his knife and he starts skinning them.
Why are you skinning these gnolls? They're already burnt to a crisp.
You know, I mean, he's like, gnoll skin has good medicine qualities. They
Yeah,
also
but
have tails too, and then he starts like cutting off their tails. He's like, some fancy women like to wear them on their dress.
Ugh.
Just to check, in this world, is it ethical to sort of do that to gnolls? Because obviously gnolls are sentient creatures.
That sounds like a knowledge check.
All right. So is this like frowned upon? Should Adron be frowned upon?
Sure.
This? So I will go on history.
Historically speaking.
And I'll be like, ugh. I mean,
yeah, you understand that this is kind of like scalping.
mm-hmm.
He's not doing it for some ladies or anything like that. He's doing it to collect a bounty.
Right, a bounty. So that's like,
But what he's telling you, he's like, oh yeah, fancy ladies would use this. Like, he's trying to make it like noble. Like, oh, they're just animals. But no, he's here to definitely collect gnoll tails as a bounty.
I'll give him a long look and I'll say nothing.
He doesn't care. He's cutting off.
If you're gonna
Or
get
was
those, if you're gonna try and get those nail tails, can you please at least put them in a sack? It's creeping me out.
So he like strings them, and then he like puts it around his belt. He's like,
What
you
was it?
guys are so soft.
What was it you said you did before you robbed horses?
Are you going to try to persuade him?
Sure, I'll try and persuade him.
Sure.
So,
I'm surprised you're not a. I would be very. I'm just thinking like, thinking, what am I gonna do with this boy?
So like he's like excited that he's like getting all this money. He's like, I used to be a rat catcher.
Well, at least we know he'll have a job once in the city.
Why
know
are you
that
ashamed?
he's too big to be a rat catcher now.
Why are you ashamed of being a rat catcher? It's it's the most noble of professions, but it's still nothing to be ashamed of.
I didn't make any money. This is as he's like cutting off another Knowles tail. He's like, I didn't make any money when I was a kid. I belonged to a guild, and they'd take our food and stuff and feed it to the rats, just so that we could hunt more rats.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna go stay next to the horse and buggy. This is just. Ugh.
Well, it's going to probably take like an hour. Are you guys going to go on without him? Like he's just chopping up bodies now.
Tell you what, as soon as he's done with it, we can be on our way. I'm just gonna catch my wind here and not try and throw up this ham sandwich I had earlier.
I'm okay with waiting for him because it's like once we let him go, now he has a source of income, at least. So it's like.
So he's currently draped in like knoll tails. He's got about 20 of them. And he's like, yeah. He's pretty confident now.
You're gonna wash that near the stream because it's starting to smell, especially with the burnt and rotting flesh here.
So he's like, he shakes his head. And he's like, you guys don't go hunting very often, do you?
Oh, I hunt. It's just I hunt for what I need. Not for what I...
tails.
Really? You need 20 tails just to earn a few bucks?
He's like...
How much is a tail worth?
I mean...
Yeah, how much is it worth?
So, like any fur market, you guys would be aware of this, right? So, it depends on demand, right? So, if there's a lot of gnolls running around, it goes down. And then if there's no gnolls running around, it goes up. So you know that the price of it would fluctuate, and he tells you this. He's like, "What? They're just dogs. They're just
yeah, they're dogs, and yet and you're considered a monkey. Does that make sense?"
He's like, "Well, at least I'm no dog." As he's like draping himself in more furs, and he's like, "You guys ready to go?"
I'm ready to go when you are.
Let's
We're waiting
go.
for you. You're the one who wants to stay.
Besides, I'd rather stand near the back of the horse. At least it smells like perfume compared to that.
Oh, yeah, these gnolls are old and stinky. Yeah, he's stinky too now. Are you guys going to continue?
Get into town, the sooner I can probably get some fresh air.
Go ahead and roll me a survival. See if we have another encounter.
Want me to roll?
17.
I'll let you keep that.
Yep, you guys continue forward, and you find the first watering hole. Around this watering hole, you see several deer, like milling about, and you see two big boars, like they're very threatening as you approach their watering hole. What, if anything, do you do?
Hey, Jeffrey. How many
Jeffrey's
days
already cocking his crossbow.
Hey, don't use your teeth for that. That was a joke, by the way.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, how far is it to town? Is it like a few days?
He like looks over. He says, "It depends on the weather."
Really?
What kind of weather?
Oh, so he's like, "You guys have never made this trip, have you?" He's like, "If it's muddy and rainy, it could take weeks. You're lucky." And he like looks around. And he's like, because it's the Golden Plains, and whenever it rains, everything turns to muck. That's one of the place's natural defenses.
I'm more around the forest area where there's sort of less flooding.
It looks like we better be careful. Be careful and watch the weather. If it starts getting cloudy, we need to get to higher ground.
I might.
That way we can avoid all the mud and everything. It allows this little horse here to take a break.
So little Joe starts drinking water and starts approaching. The boars get kind of upset at this. And once again, they shake their heads and grunt. Clearly, they are being very aggressive towards this intrusion on their water hole. What thing do you do?
Do you wanna? Should we take on these boar? Some free food, I guess.
Free food, and we got some, and we would have some leather just to keep us warm. At least the carcasses will smell better than that noid's tail
All right.
that he's wearing.
So what are you guys going to do?
Let's attack the boars.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and roll
We
me some
need
initiative, because guess what?
What?
They are ready for combat.
Ooh.
So should I explain what initiative is if you've never done it before?
That's when you take action.
Yes.
So initiative is like we each roll a d10 20 plus a dex, and that gives us a turn order. So it's like people at the top go first, people at the bottom go next. And it's like we each take a turn.
Okay.
It's basically to see how fast you respond.
Okay.
24 initiative.
Okay.
Nice.
Initiative for me is 15.
Nice. Both of those are great rolls.
I'm gonna roll for my owl's initiative as well.
Okay.
Oh, I should.
You better keep that owl next to you.
Owl's fine.
Oh yeah, if I lose the owl, I go blind.
Yep.
So that's fun.
Ooh,
Protect the owl!
The thing is, I can sort of use it as a weapon, so it's sort of like a balance.
Med Skipper, you got a 15 too. Excellent. All right. Top of the
Can you
round.
add us to it?
Can you not see you?
I cannot see me.
The initiative? Edrin's right there at top.
Not on my screen.
Exit and then...
Yeah, I saw mine, but
Can you see turn order?
I can see Bull 1, Mud Skipper, and then Bull 2.
You are there.
Okay, well,
You're
if I'm on
20
there on your screen,
oh,
then
you're
that's fine.
24, not 27. Try 24. Do you see yourself now?
I can refresh
Yeah,
the
try
page after I
refreshing.
take my turn. I'll just take my turn first so that we can get out of the way.
Sure. And then I'll roll
So
some
I'm going to
free.
cast a spell called Flaming Sphere. So I cast that at level 2.
Descending.
So I'm making a sphere here, and I'm going to use my bonus action to ram it into a ball.
Excellent. It is a save, correct?
It is.
Let's see here.
When
Which
you
boar
move the ball, you can... Hang on.
are you targeting?
So if you ram into a creature, the creature... So I'll do the one on the right.
I will give you a fireball. Fire. So that you can control where the flames are.
So Adjon sort of puts his hands out, and a ball of fire rolls out over the watering hole in an arc and rolls across the ground, trying to slam into a ball.
There we go. Excellent. You can
Take
control
cover.
that. And go ahead and place it where you want it.
I'll put it here, and I will just bounce it between this one.
And what is the
So
DC?
it has to make... It's my spell DC, I think, which is 12.
It takes full damage.
That's 12 damage.
and I will.
Infuriated by the scorching. Mudskipper, you're up next.
Okay, I'm gonna initiate to attack the boar with just the dagger I have.
Okay. There's currently water between you and the boar.
Dang.
So are you going to run to it, or are you going to throw the dagger?
I'm gonna run to it
Okay.
just so I can at least get it at
Okay.
close range. Okay, I'm gonna roll it.
Why allow a boar to charge you when you can chase the boar? You hit it. Go ahead and roll me some sweet, sweet damage as you
Okay.
run
Damage?
up.
For dagger, it's a D4.
1d4
D4.
plus 2.
Okay. 1.
So 3 points of damage. The boar screams as you jab it. It's 3. Excellent. It is Boar's 2's turn. Seeing a fire, it's going to make a will save. Yeah, it's going to run away. Let's see here. It's going to double move. 1,
Get back here, you coward!
6.
I want to eat you!
It starts to run off. And then Bandit. Jeffrey takes out his crossbow and targets the boar. And it's way off. Because he's missing a hand, it's like, poof, and it's way off. Boar
Don't get
1.
used to him.
Because the fire needs to make a will save. Yeah, this boar is furious. And Mud Skipper, it turns to you. The slight cut that you gave it, it turns and attempts to gore you to death.
I guess I have no choice but to use my firebolt on it.
That's on your turn. So,
Oh, man.
Great. The only thing I can do is to protect myself. Shield.
Oof. This boar just runs right into you. And these tusks are massive. And it tries to kill you.
It killed me?
Yes. No, it tries to.
Oh, okay.
It has a
It
good
might.
chance to.
it might kill you because you're very squishy.
Great.
6 plus 3.
I've heard about fast food, but this is ridiculous!
Good lord.
Oh, God.
So this boar charges you and just knocks you unconscious, like rams into you. This is why boars are so deadly. You take 12 points
Mud
of
Skipper,
damage.
no!
No!
If there had been 2 more, you'd have actually just died outright. So,
And I'm out of the game.
at the moment, you're just unconscious, which isn't so bad,
Right.
because we can bring you back up.
Yes. You also have a health potion on you. The owl. You see this boar just turn and just like
So
manhandles her.
the boar ends its turn in the range of my fireball, right? So it takes
Yes.
damage.
It makes a reflex save, correct?
Yeah, but it still takes half if it fails.
I think it makes it.
So it's a 14 DC. So yeah.
How much damage? 2 points.
So 2 damage.
Must have gone out of the room.
This boar is like, its eyes are now red at how you inflicted damage on it. The fire seems to make it even more furious.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to
Yep,
sleep.
yep. Adrian, it's your turn now.
Go to sleep, boar. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my bonus action to like whip the ball back into its side again.
Excellent. So go ahead and move it back in.
So it moves in.
Yep.
I'll do D6, and it gets to make a reflex save for half.
Excellent. It takes full damage, 7 points of damage.
I will
It
then
squeals
cast.
in pain as the fire begins to roast it.
I'll cast Acid Splash with my main action.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll. Or is it a reflex?
So he has to make a dexterity save or take damage.
Okay, so dex save once again. Takes full damage. 3
It's only
points.
2 damage.
Only 2? Okay, only 2 points of damage.
I will then use my movement to move back slightly.
Mud Skipper, you are currently dying. I need you to roll me a what is it? A saving throw.
a death saving throw.
Yep.
So it's just a straight D20. If it's more than 20, you get success. If you get more than 10, it's a success. If you get less than 10, it's a fail. If you get 3 fails.
Good luck on. I hope I'm good on this roll.
You'll be all right. All right. Yeah, you're fine. You make one successful. So your wounds begin to close on their own.
So you're sort of bleeding out, and once you get 3 successes, you become stable.
Yep, and you no longer start dying. The boar, boar 2 keeps running because it's still afraid. Bandit's going to like, oh my god. He's going to take another shot at the boar. And he misses. Another, still just way off.
You almost hit it.
The boar, let's see here. Will save because there's a fire. Oh, he's fearless now. So he's enraged. This boar has taken so much damage that he's just like he squeals, and he's going to target 1 or 2.
I can actually do a really good squeal if you want to hear it.
Sure, yeah, let's hear it. That's pretty good. 1, he attacks the horse. 2, he attacks you, Adrian.
Okay.
He attacks the horse.
Nice. Oh no. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Fight
4,
me.
5. Yeah, he definitely gets a charge in.
Yeesh.
At least 20 feet.
Maybe I should have stayed closer. So I could charge.
It attacks. Roll 1d20 plus 5. 13?
So my armor class at the moment is 16.
Excellent. The boar comes running at you, and how do you dodge or how do you block this creature?
So my mage armor gives me sort of precognition. So like I can sort of see him coming and just sort of sidestep and like Matrix dodge.
Like, whoa.
Whoa.
Excellent. Mr. Owl, what are you doing, Mr. Owl? This boar is charging your master. What are you going to do, Mr. Owl?
It's going to fly by over here onto Mud Skipper. And like, bloop, 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 bloop. Wake up.
Oh.
Are you going to heal her? What you going to do?
So I don't have any healing stuff. I don't think my owl can perform medicine checks. Can he?
I don't believe so. But it can do simple actions, so it can get out like her potion. Does that make sense? So this action means that it can get out it can do a simple action. So get out a potion. He won't be able to distribute it, right? But he can get it out. So
am I still unconscious or?
Yes.
Or am I conscious?
So yeah, he'll use his action to get it out.
Yeah, okay, excellent. Adrian, you're up next. This boar is screaming and trying to kill you.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yep.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to try and get this ball of water over the watering hole.
So yes, it is floating, correct?
Yes, and it can also go over surfaces.
Excellent.
It can't like fly straight up, but it can shoop and hit this guy in the butt.
Excellent. It's a reflex save.
Yep.
Okay, reflex save. Reflex save.
Oh, that's not very high.
Right.
Oh. I
But
think you
5
just
damage.
singed off its hairs on its bottom.
Actually, no, you didn't.
Oh.
So the boar expertly, because it's like furious, and in its anger, it just toughens it up. I mean, it's a boar, man.
Right.
So it takes half damage, right?
So yeah, 2 damage.
So it just like shakes it off. Just shakes it off.
I'm going to use my action to cast Shocking Grasp. So my hands sort of glow with electricity, and I try and grab the boar by the manes.
Excellent. Go ahead. Nope.
So I'm going to use... No, I'm not going to use important there.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just miss.
You still have the spell, though. You still have the spell.
Stuff.
Mud Skipper, I need you to roll me another death save.
Gotcha.
Yes,
13.
you have 2 successes out of 3. One more, and you will be completely stabilized.
Awesome.
Boar 2 runs off the map. He's gone.
I'm okay with that.
You burned him, and he's like, nope, not sticking around for that, while the other boar's like totally enraged. Speaking of which, the boar's who's totally enraged, he's just going to attempt to keep killing you, man. That's what he's going to do. He's going to attempt to slaughter you.
You can try.
Fail. 14. Oh, it's 16. Yep, he misses. The boar is just like, screech. Owl's turn.
So, can my owl sort of feed this to the unconscious?
Yes, it will take an action, though.
I'm okay with that. So,
Okay.
as an action, it's just going to sort of...
You will have to
Very
roll the
slowly.
health potion effects. And Mud Skipper, you're going to have to roll me a con save.
Okay, here we go. One roll. Come on.
slowly pouring the alcohol down.
It's 1d8. And then you need... oh, yeah, you definitely are not intoxicated. Yes. Mud Skipper, you get 4 hit points back.
Awesome.
And you are back up in the fight.
Okay, I'm ready to go. Where is that? Where is that piece
You
of
are
bacon?
currently waking up, but now it's at the top of the round. Audrin.
Okay.
Okay, Adrian is going to try and use shopping.
Going to continue with the same spell?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and attack. Oh, this boar is just so agile, dodging the fires and stuff like that.
I thought it was like it's just so enraged that I keep grabbing it and it just ignores it.
Yep. Yeah. It's just ignoring it. It's just past the pain.
So can I use my bonus action again to deal some
Fire.
fire?
Yes.
Burn it. Burn it quickly.
Burn it. Burn it.
Pretty decent.
It fails this time. How much damage do you do? Yeah,
9
there we go.
damage.
Screaming in rage, it continues its assault. Mud Skipper, you are up now.
Okay. I'm gonna probably hit it with an do I have enough power to hit the
Yes.
use a firebolt? Okay.
Yeah, use a firebolt.
Okay, should I use a dice 20?
Yes. 1d20 plus 4.
20 plus 4. Okay. I got this. Go. Oh wait.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in 1d20 plus 4.
Okay, 20 plus 4. It's 24.
Did you roll a natural 20? No.
Here, let me do this one more time. Let me roll a 20. Hold on. Let me roll the 20 dice.
Sure.
Okay, I got
What
10.
he did there was exploding
And then
dice.
plus 4 is a 14. You hit it. Go ahead and roll me 1d8 plus 2, I believe.
For firebolt, it's
Is
a
that
D10.
correct? Oh, it's a d10. Oh, man.
No pluses.
Okay, so
Just
do
one
I do a
D10.
D10 or a D8?
1d10.
D10.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
You hit it right on.
Yeah, you barely scorch it. You hit it, but it's because it's so pumped up in adrenaline, it just totally affects it. The boar, still on Adrian, continues its assault, its merciless assault.
Oink.
Oink, oink. That's a 15.
Okay, so that does hit because my armor is actually 14. I just checked.
Oh, no.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my other... Hang on. To
What
be
you gonna
hit,
do, man?
is it... When you're hit, does it have to beat your armor class or does it have to be equal to?
So how I usually play it is that it has to overcome. Because armor classes are so much lower in this one. So did
All
it
right.
overcome?
So I'm going to use my other portent, which is a 9 on his,
Which makes it a 14. And it does
which
not
is my
overcome. Okay.
So
And then
I've
it was
had
the
this vision.
Oh, and it becomes 14. And it does not overcome. You use your... Tell me how this goes down. Tell me how this wonky magic from out of nowhere.
I had a dream that I was attacked by a wild beast.
Yes, yes.
There was fire around me, and also a dragon person. And also a one-armed man would bring me aid.
That's the
And all we were trying to do was deliver ale.
Yep, that's all you guys were trying to do. Who knew that would be so exciting?
A real adventure.
A real adventure. All right, the owl's up.
So whenever he ends his turn within this sphere, he has to make a save.
Reflex save, that's right.
A very powerful spell.
If you can remember it. It takes full damage.
5.
This boar seems to be getting more and more exhausted. But it is still up. And it is still trying to kill you.
Boar!
Yep.
Explain!
I mean, you attacked it. What did you think was going to happen?
True, we were kind of at fault, but we are also very hungry and limited on supplies, so it's either kill or be killed, and we're getting to the point of nearly being killed, so we better get this boar killed as quick as possible.
Okay, so
Owl's turn.
the owl is just going to stay. It's going to land on Mudskipper's shoulder and be like, oh.
Awesome.
Hey, hey, little fella. Ugh.
It's just like, looks very panicked.
What is it, boy?
Oh.
Looks like I better head over. Looks like we better take care of this boar and fast. So,
So I'm going to do another.
Turn.
I'll do another 2d6 of damage for the fireball.
It's reflex
That's low.
save. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this boar completely ignores this damage.
How is this boar getting off in that 20?
So I mean, he hasn't hit you yet, but man, is his hide really thick, right? So he's only attacked once and it hit you guys once, and it was devastating. This boar is just raw, muscles right through it.
man, I hope we're gonna be able to sell this hide, because this guy's definitely worth it if it's worth a lot of money with this thick of hide.
It's pretty big.
It still takes full damage, I think. Right?
Half damage, right?
Yeah, half damage.
Half damage,
So I'm going to use my shocking grasp.
Do it.
Come on.
Electrocute that bacon.
Fry some of this, baby.
Any tricks, wizard? Any tricks you got?
Why won't it die?
It won't die, man. It will
Jeffrey,
not.
do
It's just
something.
so tough. It's just so tough. It's just Mudskipper, get your revenge.
Ready.
Jeffrey, why have you stopped firing weapons?
Okay, should I do a D12 roll?
So 1d20.
1D20, got it.
I assume you're attacking it.
Yep.
That is a hit. Roll 1d10.
Okay, so how much damage does this boar have before it's ready to...
It looks pretty damaged right now.
I think I'm gonna try and attack it with the, with my dagger right here. Just give it one final blow.
Sounds good to me. Are you going to run up on it again?
I'm gonna run up on it again, but this time try and
1d20
Grab it
plus
by its
4.
toes.
You hit it, and then roll 1d4 plus 2.
Also, I wouldn't end your turn
D4.
there if I were you, because then you'll be in the range of the fireball.
True. I better just back off for now and just try and think of another way.
You can also throw your dagger as well. but
I'll
you
try
have
and
to
throw
be
the dagger right at its head.
And that is a hit. And
Awesome.
go ahead and roll me some sweet, sweet damage.
Okay, D4, right?
Yep, 1d4 plus 2.
Plus 2. 4.
So
4 points of damage. The boar buckles under this, but yet it remains standing.
Why won't it die?
It's descended from dragons. The dragon boar.
It's now the boar's turn. And once again, it's going to attempt to gore the hell out of you.
Do I have a
Misses. It misses. It's just
Oh my
You
God.
can try, but you'll never succeed.
The owl's turn.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't want to get involved in that.
I was like, nope. Okay,
So-
Adrian.
Come on, buddy.
He's like, nope.
But I'll roll another 2d6 for this boar.
All right.
Have some more damage. So 9 damage if it can save. So it entered its turn inside of the sphere.
It takes full damage. This creature buckles and falls, but it gets right back up.
What is this a zombie pig? Because that would make more
This
sense.
creature is.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to do another 2d6 damage.
Excellent. You see. All right.
8 damage. Dear
it dies. Tell me how you kill this creature as you do additional damage to it.
Yeah,
Because
tell
it
me.
is just- Ugh.
It feels like I'm just like bouncing the sphere around like a bouncy ball, just trying to like pew 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 pew, pew around the ball.
Boomerang.
So eventually, it just knocks the ball out.
All right. What do you do now?
I know what we're gonna do.
I will snap my fingers and the ball of fire disappears.
Excellent.
Good idea.
So I look at Jeffrey and like, you stopped firing halfway through. What was it?
He's like, I forgot my initiative.
You forgot your initiative. Yeah, you're passed out, and you didn't even
The boar
run the
scared me. The boar scared me, and I froze up. Okay, don't judge me. Don't judge a one-hand man.
That's not the point. I'm a dragonborn, and yet I got knocked out by that beast.
That's what scared me. I didn't want to get killed by that mad beast too.
Well, you could have at least distracted it.
He like
Distracted
you
with your
did?
body.
Like, oh, he's like, I don't want to die.
Well,
So-
at least you did some part to it, so at least now we'll be able to cut up this boar and have a good feast for the next couple of days.
That's a good point. That should cover our supplies for the next few days.
This is a boar, so this will probably last you a good long time. You might be able to roll me a survival to salt some of this meat that you could maybe sell in town.
I can do that. Let's say
Maybe even sell the
Would
hide.
you like to assist?
can I keep the net 20 if she assists? 'Cause you said-
No, you know better than this. You know better than this.
So I just roll a
But she
d20.
has to tell me how she's assisting.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I can help by cutting, filleting the boar and basically cutting up all the butcher all the good meat parts and put all the ones that are considered scrap to one side.
Excellent.
Use it for jerky later.
So yeah, Adron is definitely not very good at precise cutting.
So you notice like his hands are kind of shaking a little bit, and he is blind. You assist him, right? And together
I'll
you guys
assist him.
work together and harvest this boar. It's a nice boar hide you can add. Large boar hide.
Boar hide.
Yes, to your inventory.
Awesome. I'm gonna write that down. Boar hide.
And,
So-
let's see here. You get 50 pounds of seasoned meat, boar meat.
And it's you only need 1 pound per day, so
Yep.
that's
Maybe if we
This
turn it
is
into
good meat.
jerky, it'll last longer.
This is good meat, yes.
This is good meat.
Yes.
Good bacon.
So, Jeffrey, how do you feel about magic? Just out of curiosity, because obviously you just saw me use a lot of magic there.
He's like, well, you didn't turn me in, so I'm not going to turn you in.
Fair
Much
enough.
appreciated. Goes around, comes around.
He like
Exactly.
nods in agreement. He's like, you're lucky I didn't say anything back there to the Inquisition. Could have done a lot of bad things to you. Especially if you had
We are
turned me
grateful for you not doing that.
in. I would have, if you had turned me in, I would have told them all about you. But you didn't, so we'll have this, mutual agreement.
Okay. Well, you've definitely made a profit out of it, I imagine.
He's like, yeah. Have some of that pork?
Sure. I mean, there's enough for all of us to go around before it goes off, I imagine.
Oh, yeah,
It's true.
there's plenty enough. There's definitely plenty of food.
So, I'm thinking it's getting to the point where it's getting a little late here, so maybe we should think about wrapping up.
Yes.
Is this a good point to...
It's a good point to stop. Is everybody good with this?
I think we're good, yes.
Here at
That was
the camp, along the water hole, deer, which ran away, come right back to the watering hole. But they do seem to be a little bit leery of this group.
Especially with what happened. And the smell.
The camera pans out as this group is sitting around and making a campfire and getting ready to rest. The horse is all attended to, and the boar is all cut up and seasoned and spiced. Jeffrey, you notice like Jeffrey kind of walks off out of the candlelight, and you see him approach this hooded figure. He's like, "Oh, I didn't see you there." He's like, and you see this like hands pop out and start signaling. He's like, "I don't understand what that means." Then you hear this. I have another task for you.
Uh-oh.
And we cut away, and it ends.
Dun, dun.
How do you guys feel about that?
Pretty good. This is a good cliffhanger.
Just to confirm, when you said we see him do that, is that in
Yes,
character?
so the audience sees this.
Oh, right.
The audience is you
So
guys
we're
out of character. No, you guys are
seeing
around the
that-
campfire doing stuff with the boar meat, right? But you guys don't
Yeah.
see him wander off into the darkness and meeting with
Talk
us.
with the figure.
Okay. Well, I think this has been a good
This
session.
can either be a good thing or our initial downfall.
Who knows?
We won't know for sure.
Stay tuned to the next Age of Lemuria. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.